they have a very efficient cooling system.
Last night,
And we don't complain
Wednesday
about
night, right.
it. We are
Oh,
I can understand that. The minute I took the starch right out of my shredded aluminum.
Besides,
yeah, but I mean, but, you know, that whole space was full of stuff. This space was tiny, space for people.
cause I tried to watch it, and then, I did for a while, and then my Roku went down and went blank. That's never happened before. And by the time everything got powered off and I did something, it came
I
back.
was choosing hummingbirds the other day.
Well, I mean,
I really think
I
they do
tried to
mine
look at
because
it,
people just, I mean, I've
but
got
I
the show
couldn't really
speed,
get it.
This was a live feed last night.
2,000th of a second.
If you want to freeze there,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Things
do.
are in flux.
But they were just
Yeah.
jittering back
I
and
was
forth
trying
so fast,
to
it's hard to get them
look at
in
it,
front.
review it, I could remember what the
you, you kind of need to know the focal length.
because I mean, it's doing
But the
pretty
bottom
hard.
line is, so what?
But it was
We went through, single
Not
one
one.
a little bit bad, you know?
and then the last one, just the
I was trying to keep, I
Yeah, looking at
don't want the
this
stress.
stuff.
I mean, I'm a paramedic, I've been paramedic since '74.
Yeah, I just said, okay. I just saw it once, what was that?
And that was,
I don't want
the
stress.
last part
I
that,
don't need stress in my life anymore.
I don't need it today, but, I don't need it today, but I've set my flute down here, this is hiding under there, I'm like, please, just so that I know where it is on Monday.
Oh, yeah, instructor?
Now to intermediate level students, welcome everybody. Let's do a little bit of breathing. Lips slightly sealed, teeth gently meshed together. You know how it works. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. And on your next exhale, lower your hands and open your eyes. We'll start with embracing force. Just gonna scoot this clock a little bit. You do you. Go ahead. Can't see my time.
Watch out, Thomas.
So, not seeing the end of it. Okay, bracing horse. And release. Transition to ride the wild horse, middle stance. And remember, if I don't do the circle the arms up, and that's usually what you do at the end of the Nacon set. So if you just are doing embracing horse, then and stopping at that, then you would do the full thing. But in the class, we can just kind of keep moving and then do that at the very end. So
Just a habit.
there's no wrong way to do it. That's just the way we're doing it right now. But anyway, middle stance, turn again, toes turned in slightly, outside edges of the feet parallel. And even though you're standing upright, think about that tuck and soft knees. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward. And go down only as far as you can without your feet adjusting or needing to move. And then when you finished your exhale, push with the legs to initiate the inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And small stance. Begin, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Wide stance, shoulder width apart, not too wide. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Posture number 3, playing guitar. Let's begin by turning the left toes out at a wide angle, 60 degrees. Shift into the left foot, keeping the knee over the toes. Circle the arms back and around. Everybody looks really good. shake it out. Other side. Start from shoulder width apart. Turn the right toes out at a wide angle. Shift to the right. Again, be careful not to let that knee collapse in. And then circle the arms back and around. And with the exception of your right thigh, try to let the rest of your body feel soft and relaxed. Breathing smoothly and comfortably, trying not to fidget, just accept the discomfort in the right thigh. And soften and relax everywhere else. And release. Legs, shake it out. If you don't need to shake it out, you are probably not sinking enough into your support leg, so you should really feel playing guitar. All right, posture number 4, the compass. Separate your feet shoulder width apart, or this is one of those opportunities if you'd like to go a little bit wider, that's acceptable, you can do that. And again, even though we're going to be making big trunk circles, keep that tuck. If you keep your tuck, it's going to change your range of motion. So this isn't about touching your toes. This is about an alignment and working. It's a different type of flexibility. So do what you can to keep that tuck and see how that feels as you get into the other positions in this posture. So head suspended, tuck, keep your shoulders down, but reach up through the body and begin by going to the left. Very good, and try to look out for any kind of twisting or leaning. And also make sure that this bottom arm is not drooping, that you stay connected and together. Very good, and 2, rotate, keep that tuck down over the left leg. Palms facing the floor, fingers facing each other. And this is what I mean. If I keep my tuck, I really can't go much farther than this. So this is not about reaching down to touch your toes. It's about maintaining that connectedness as you go through the motion. Let your head relax. 3, reach out. Shift the weight to your heels. Down to the right. And 5, rotate up. Lift through the chest as you lean back. And 6, roll out. 7, back up. And other side, to the right. I know masks make it hard, but I am smiling at all of you. Smiling. And down over the right foot. And reach forward. Yeah. And again, in a couple classes, we'll deep dive into this posture in our black sets training, but this is definitely one of those examples. Compasses what it looks like and what it feels like are two different things if you're doing it correctly. So glad you noticed that. 5, double dragon sleep from C. Start with your feet shoulder width apart and step forward. Let's start with the left first into a walking lunge, get your push, and then once you're there and satisfied with your feet, go down into a stretch, pushing out on the bent knee, kind of pulling yourself forward on the straight leg. And again, this is just day 2 of this rotation, but if you're able to concentrate and focus on keeping this back straight versus kind of tipped or bent, you get a good habit at an early spot. And form a circle with the hands. Inhale, come up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And release. And switch sides. So step forward with the right. Left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Walking lunge. Push position. And when you feel good about that, fold down into a stretch. And it's completely normal for one side to feel more flexible than the other. That's kind of how we're put together, so don't panic if you experience that. And form a circle with the hands. Inhale, come up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And release. Number 6, rhinoceros gazes at the moon. Where did it was here? Here? We have a rhinoceros gazing at the moon. I don't know if you ever noticed this in the other place, but at the old school, as you headed back towards the bathrooms and changing room, where the speaker hung on the wall, sometimes this was hung right next to it. So when you were in this side of the room and you did your rhinoceros, if you looked in the right spot, you would see the rhinoceros gazing at the moon.
So it should be right up here.
You should stick it on the mirrors. All right, so feet shoulder width apart. And circle the arms around like you would be doing a bracing horse, but left hand on top. And reach out with the left and twist from the waist, leaving the hips and knees facing forward. Relax your neck. Gaze underneath the fingertips. And back to center slowly. Other side. Extend and rotate. Center. Other side. Center. Last one, to the right. Center. Release. And again, if you're doing that one correctly, you will still feel it in your legs. You will feel the urge and relief from shaking it out. Okay, ride the tiger. Let's start to the left. This again, I mean, all of them, the tuck is important, but this is another one if you lose your tuck, you're not doing ride the tiger anymore. So, crouch, tuck, keep your tuck more than worrying about how far out you step. And again, step out. And when you get to the center, drop your weight. Weight even on both legs, knees rounding out. Turn your shoulders towards the front of the room. And push off. Other side. And step out. Push off. Other side. And step out. Push off. Last one. For today, not for forever. And go. Push off. Shake it out. Okay, Phoenix spreads wings. Number 8. Get your feet closer together. Maybe 3 or 4 inches between your toes, but keeping the outside edges parallel so the toes are turned in slightly. Get your toe crouched down. Relax the shoulders. And begin to rock so that the arms come up, back and around. The other direction first. Do that one in a minute. And this is not about how big your circles are. This is about staying connected. Your circles don't get any bigger than this. That's okay. And relax. Opposite direction, back, up, and around. And relax.
Question,
Yes, ma'am.
shoulders should not.
Correct. Your shoulders should not shrug up.
They should stay down.
They should stay down. So that's why, good question. That's why the circle, the size of the circle does not have to be big. It's as wide as you're able to make it without hoisting the traps upwards to your ears. And very quickly, I'm not also going behind my body, so it's staying. So if you can see from the side, I'm not doing this, it's here and here. So this really is kind of like a wide embracing horse, is as far back behind me as they go. Welcome. All right, number 9, hit the tiger. We rode it, now we hit it. I always feel bad for the tiger. All right, let's go to the left first. And remember, you're going to step mostly sideways, a little bit forward. And step, shift. Look, ooh, my knee doesn't like this today. And push off. Ooh. I'm going to go small. I'm getting my knee shots today, and my knee just said, don't do this. So do what you feel comfortable with. I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller right now. And step out. And do like form, hit the tiger right now. And push off. Again. Push off. One more. And go. And back. Other side. And go. Push off. Step out. Push off. 2 more. Back. Last one. And back. Almost done. Owl turns head. We'll go a minute or 2 over. But we started a couple minutes late, so no break for the legs yet. Almost there. When I was first starting, I was like, oh, it's so great. I can be up here. No, no. Down here. Hands on the hips or the waist. Head suspended, shoulders lowered, and rotate to the left. Center. Slowly. Other side. Center. One more to the left. Center. And the right. Center. Now straighten the legs, lower the hands, circle the arms up slowly, inhale. And press the palms down to exhale. Good job. All right, let's go about of basic training. We follow the 5 hearts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
Howdy, head instructor.
Down to intermediate level students, students at home, basic training dismissed. Good job, everybody. Shake it out. Get a drink, and we will come back out for NACOM correction. Today's option is ride the wild horse. I'll be right back.
You know the song Boney Boney? You know the song Boney Boney?
The song Money Money? Yeah.
I didn't have the best radio speakers, I thought it was Boney.
But Pony Pony.
Right.
Yeah, that melted,
Yeah, it just keeps right in because of,
can't get out of your head.
actually, I love that, but we used to do aerobics and that.
Well, I tell you what, listen to today, or
Not
hear
this
on the
weekend,
radio,
that I know of.
the day the music died.
Yeah, that, yeah.
This is really, you know, the first.
It's not musical at all necessarily, it's, I don't know what it is, but
You know,
I'm
Yeah,
not.
they changed it.
I was thinking
So,
too.
depending my,
Changed it
like,
when you, if you try to play some of his music,
Somehow it could work in every other
rather
day.
than complicated.
Only three,
It's very
especially if you went
complex, the
Monday
way
to
the
Wednesday.
weaves and fits together.
in this line, this time, and everything, so we don't tend to go.
Voices, rest, the, dribbling, all these are very complicated ways.
I mean, you know, that's just really complicated.
But to listen to it, you didn't
No, but
just
I
swim.
think, but you don't have that, you know. You don't have that,
45 minutes.
that shape of, you know, basically, you don't have.
That's right, make it.
They don't necessarily, this Suzuki method doesn't teach music theory.
And that's what I think, and James Taylor was a classically trained musician, his whole family was. It would, but like, if I try to play some of his music, the way he did it, it is extremely complex. I have to dumb it down so I can play it. It's just too much for me.
As I used to say, I could get the static out of the radio.
But I'm just saying,
What's your guitar?
guitar, bass guitar, upright bass, ukulele.
I kind of feel frustrated that I never pursued playing the bass, because I always like the bottom of every
I
song.
do. I love some of the bass. You know,
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Vincent, he's purple.
Yeah.
He plays ukulele, he plays.
But I watch.
I have to check up a student thing real quick, so just draw a couple ride the wild horses of the stance of your choosing, and I'll be right out, and then we'll restart.
He plays the ukulele as well. He's much better than I am.
That's getting up close to work.
He's much better than I am.
Wild horse.
But we played with the same groups. First guy had a kid with every month, the second group, the other night. And there's like over 100 of us in like Wales.
Station right out there.
All right. Where did the nice thing come from, though? Doesn't really matter.
All right, there's a book over.
I know, but that's the old chewed up one. We had a
There's
nice
one
new
here.
one. That's the old chewed up one. Where'd the new nice one go? Oh, well. That's so weird. Where did they go? A lot of those pages are missing in this one. All right. That's so weird. It was right here.
It's in flux.
Yeah.
It is missing pages, but not the page that we need. Gohring's notes are all in here from when we took this from Grandmaster CK2. All right, so go through it bit by bit as I read and see if it changes things. Stand in a neutral position with feet placed parallel and spaced a little bit narrower than shoulder width. So this would be the middle stance. Turn the toes in slightly, spread the knees apart, focusing the body weight on the heels and outer edges of the feet, but do not lose contact with the ball of the foot. Sometimes people will misinterpret that and think that this is what's going on, but really the ball of the foot should be involved as well. The weight should be evenly distributed throughout this exercise. With the head still suspended, inhale slowly and deeply from the diaphragm while pulling the arms backwards and raising them up in a slow circular motion, stretching them as far as possible as to open the shoulder joints. Stop when the arms are parallel over the head. Complete the inhalation simultaneously. The hands should not touch each other. And the arms and fingers stretch upward as it's being pulled up by the fingertips. Exhale slowly, tuck in the pelvis and bend the knees as you slowly sink down. It is important to maintain the tucked position of the pelvis throughout this exercise. Extend the arms and hands outward in front of you as far as possible as you settle into a squatting position with the knees spread apart. Hold this lowest position for up to 5 seconds as you continue to slowly complete your exhale. Lower the body down as only as far as you can without discomfort, and the arms and fingers should stretch forward. Maintain the tucked in position of the pelvis. Legs should somewhat be bowed. I know this is a lot, so just come up if you need to. Refer to the side views for the correct positioning. We're going to look at the pictures in a second. And then,
I couldn't keep it down that.
I know. It's like, there's a lot here.
5 seconds is longer than you think.
It's a lot. And then, so just listen to this part. This is a little, the coming up is a little bit of, got some information that maybe you're not aware of. But inhale slowly, keeping the pelvis tucked in, and push down on the heels to raise the body up. So it's the pushing of the heels down that starts the body, and then by doing that, that inflate, deflate that we talk about with moving form, you start to inflate, and that's what starts the breath. So it's leg triggered. Does that make sense? And then extending the arms up as far as possible in front of the body, raise them up gradually, like you were at the beginning. Exhale slowly as you lower the arms down and forward in a slow circular motion, stretching them out and back. He emphasizes this back a bit. If you feel like you could do that without kind of breaking your NACO, your form, I would say that's okay. But really, I kind of think about just this edge of it doesn't. I don't go all the way down. Complete the exhalation as your arms reach your sides. And you can repeat this from 1 to 5 times. And the duration from the beginning to the squatting position should take 15 to 20 seconds, and the reversal should take 15 to 20 seconds. Yes, sir?
A question about the shoulders again. When you're extending your arms to get them as far as they can go, you almost have to raise your shoulders. Or do you want to keep them level?
You want to keep level. So watch me do it. I'm going to read through CK2. I'm going to do it. You guys can compare me, and then we'll look at the pictures for what he's doing. So,
I tend to push my shoulders.
Right. I get it. It's a learned feeling. It's a learned sensation of, yes, you can have your arms up while sinking your shoulder joints. So, or I should say not the shoulder joint, but your traps. So, the shrugging thing is separate from, so the no shrug, but up. So I'm using these muscles to keep my shoulder blades down. I'm not straining for it, but I'm using those muscles to keep it down while I reach up. So you can see, my shoulders are pretty far down. I'm not doing this.
Right.
See the difference?
Yes.
So
This is what we want.
correct.
Okay.
So as best you're able, keep these down, even though my shoulders are completely, my arms are completely up in the shoulder socket. All right, so here I go. And like last time, you're welcome to walk around, see things from different angles. All right. This is how we used to do it. It's been a long time since we've been like, please, show and tell, walk around. More. see anything?
I do have a question.
Sure.
The way you go down, you're talking about tucking. Can you show,
The tuck?
yeah, the tuck?
All right.
And how you maintain that as you go down?
Yeah, so, good question. How do I maintain the tuck going down? Let's see. I'm gonna do it 2 more times. I'm gonna do once with the tuck, and I'm gonna do one, if I can remember, without the tuck. So this is tuck. This is not tucked. It's just a squat. I don't know if you can see it, but it feels completely different.
Can you do the tuck one more time?
Oh, my knees. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to go all the way down.
No, but I kind of have to because otherwise I don't feel it right. So let's see. Tuck. Here's where I feel it. Like if I didn't have a tuck, see the difference? Like
Oh, yes.
Right.
here's,
Okay.
this is, if I'm tucked, this is as far forward as I can go without feeling like I'm going to tip forward. So then I have to start sinking.
Right.
If I don't have the tuck, I can bend forward and then just bend my knees into a
Right.
squat. Does that, you see the
Very
difference?
good, yes, yes.
So by keeping that tuck, you're gonna get that sense of, I'm gonna tip forward, and so then I sink.
So instead of your butt being a counterbalance, you're
Correct.
sinking. I got it, okay.
Correct. So, yeah, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
In a way, it's easier to do this without the tuck, because then you're just doing a squat with your arms out in front of you, versus trying to cultivate that full body connection where my whole body is linked. I feel this all the way down the backs of my legs into my heels. Like I feel one unit. And so with that one unit, by the time I get here, I already feel a little top heavy. At which point I shift the weight to the heels, keep this shape as I sink down. Does that help?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And so let's look at his pictures, because you'll see it in him as well. All right. The front, he wears this black leotard, so you can't really see what's going on. But the side, I think, is helpful. So he's really, in his is a little bit different. He's very squatted with his arm. His torso is a little more upright. He's
Yeah.
kind of here.
Right.
We kind of teach it a little bit more forward. But you see the proportion that he's got here. He's up and he's down. This connectivity, though, is just how, let's see what his master board is saying. Expand the chest, fully back when you circle back, concave when you come forward. So you're going to give it a little stretch, and then it's going to concave again. Don't lift the balls of the feet off the floor. Lean forward, more in between legs, and reach. So yeah, you're not going to reach out here. You're reaching between the legs. Straighten the legs first. Like that's what generates movement. The legs generate the movement in both directions on this, as your breath does. So what that means is, as we're here, my breath, my exhale, again, inhale, exhale, inflate, deflate. I start the exhale, which starts the deflate, which is why I can relax and continue deflating until I get down to the bottom. And then I push with the leg, which is kind of what starts the bellows of my lungs opening back up. Does that all make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, so try it one more on your own, and then we'll bow out of full access training. Good questions, really good questions. And again, we've been doing a lot of these, so only go down as far as your knees and back, and any other body part will let you. And I'll give a little feedback if I see anything that could be of help. Very good, Mr. Payne. Excellent. Good, Mr. Loomis. Very good. Good, Ms. Payne. Good, 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 good.
Tuck
You
does
can
make a
shift your
difference.
hips back. Just your knees are. There you go. There you go. Your knees are a little bit forward. Good. Good.
That tuck does help.
It helps, right? And it feels totally different. I mean, because napalm really does look like calisthenic. Oh, I'm touching my toe. No, you're not. That's not. So it takes this type of breaking it down to start to feel that connectedness that we try to cultivate, which is then what gets carried over into your moving form. That same sense of connected body movement. Does that make sense? Any last questions before we bow out today? Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick clarification, because when you read it, he's got you like this. He hasn't said anything about the tuck yet, and I'm presuming that
Yeah, he says
that
it.
is part of it always.
The way I was taught, so, you know, the CK2, he invented these postures. So he is not really tucking until he gets to here, and he's starting to go
And
down.
then-
I have, for right or wrong, I've kind of cultivated that sense of a tuck just to start. So I get a little bit of bend in my knees, I get that little bit of tuck. Now, it's not gonna be as pronounced as if I'm here, you're really gonna see it, but I've neutralized that, and by doing that, I feel the connectedness in my legs before I even start. And so that even as I'm lifting, because like, if I don't have my tuck, if I lift, see how this happens in my low back? I get that sway, whereas if I keep my tuck, even if I reach back, I don't get that sway. You see the difference? Yeah. Okay, good questions. Let's do our life skill. It's the crane. I've got it now, and I'm not confused by the room. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity.
They had instructor.
Down to intermediate level students, full access training dismissed, students at home, good job. Get a drink, shake it out, and we'll start looking at
On the
some.
life skill,
I gotta,
when you get there,
my car, I don't know if I want
it's
it.
striking with this, is it just paper tips?
Yes, yes, so,
It's not like a grab, it's just a snap.
correct, it's a strike to the temple or the eyes. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Okay, right out.
I keep it, when I talk to small one for emergencies. I keep the small people in for emergencies. I can grab it. Yeah.
I think of, what do they call it? The big one, he died.
Oh,
All right.
I can't think of her.
Okay. Today class, we got through
Toy in
Embrace Tiger Return to Mountain. We previewed Grasp the Bird's Tail, aka Ward Off Pull Back Press Push, and previewed a little bit of diagonal single whip. You were unable to watch yesterday?
I watched last night,
You didn't watch last night, and you did
for a while.
For a while.
Until it went out.
How far into class did it die?
It got into the grass and bird's tail,
Okay.
and
And then gone, okay. So we'll stick with that today. I want to preview just so that you can see what we've been working on in the evening class, the move, fist under elbow, but we're not going to focus on that, we'll do that next class. So, okay, so, Embrace Tiger Return to Mountain. Let's try it a couple times together, I'll lead you through it. So start from cross hands. Very important, first thing, shift over to the left as you lower the hands, right palm turns down. You open the hands, get a beak with the right, sit down, step in, step back, heel, stay on that left foot so you can turn the right toes out. Then shift to the right, turn to the right, turn the left toes in, and you'll end here. And for Grasp the Bird's Tail, we'll just keep going. You're going to switch hands, switch the direction of your hand, so your right hand comes up, your left hand comes down a little bit. Turn a little bit more to the right, shift back with the legs, and then pull back, press and push, just like the first section, just facing a different way. And then single whip, just go for single whip, but it'll be on a diagonal, and then it might feel weird. Good, let's do that 2 more times. You guys get it. Okay. Embrace Tiger, return to mountain. Grasp the bird's tail. diagonal single width. Release. Questions about that? This is punched. That looks really good.
I just need to move up, I keep
Oh, please
falling
move
off.
up. And you know, I would say move over there, but we've got like the blob that we have to contend with in the mat. I don't want anybody tripping. Every time I walk over, I feel like I'm in one of those bouncy houses. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, we've got room. We've got, so feel free to spread out. So question, yes?
So a little confused or lost about hand placement.
On a race tiger return to mountain?
Yes.
Sure.
Is it,
That's pretty close. So the application is, and the reason I'm jumping in the application will tell you why the hands go the way they have. So,
good?
and it also explains why I shift here. So someone jerk, some really terrible person is throwing a right kick from behind at me this way. I'm minding my business doing Tai Chi, trying to like get my cool on, and then, well, hey, so get out of the way. So that's why that shift happens, it's the don't get kicked shift. And then this opens, I'm catching the leg, and then I shift and push him or her that way. So it's down here
And this
and
hand
open, is open, yeah.
I was doing like this.
And it's okay, I'd rather see that than the clamshell hand, which happens a lot. So a lot of times this kind of happens. I'm like, no, it's not Last Airbender, you know, it's not what we call that. So really, as long as I don't see clamshell hands, I'm a happy camper. Does that answer your question? Excellent. Any other questions?
How do you transition from that point to grasp a bird's tail?
Great question. So, and then let me just clarify. So I had a little thing in, you've heard me talk about how students with different experience levels are going to understand things in a different way, and that happened in class last night. So senior head instructor Fig gave some feedback for brown-black level sashes, and then when she heard me describing it for green sash level, it was, well, that's not what he said. I'm like, well, you're right, it's not, because that's for you, not for them. So, so you will see some students, and what the ultimate goal for Embrace Tiger Return to Mountain is this arcs back. And then I turn the toes. And it will ultimately help with your balance. But when you're learning it, that's too many 3 dimensions, and it's too easy to get your foot in the wrong spot. So learning it, shift, sinks, down, step, get your balance, step back so that you feel like, oh, that's where my foot goes. Then when you get comfortable for here, you can start filing away that sink down, step in. And ultimately, I don't step in. It kind of sweeps back. So that's where those two things are coming from. To answer your question, I'm here. So instead of here, I'm here.
Right.
But other than that, it's identical. So basically, this just comes up to here. And then I do that little turn to here. So the feet are in the same place. It's just you have to bring the hands kind of to where they would be. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Excellent.
We don't move the feet
You do not move the feet until single width. I mean, you shift. You're shifting forward and backwards, but you're not. There's no foot movement. All right. Good.
Yes.
Let's practice it a couple more times. All the way through diagonal single width. Begin. Shift to the left. Step down, step in, get your peak. Step back. Stay on the left as you turn the toes out. Shift. Very good. Grasp the bird's tail. So first switch the position of the hands, then turn a little bit more to the right. Down, back and around for pull back. Press. And push. Diagonal single width. Good, let's do that one more time, and then
It
we'll,
feels funny to me, guys.
huh? And I know, and that's why, you know, you've heard me so many times say, try to lock in how it feels, because if you go by feeling, you'll be in a pretty good spot, whereas if you're looking at it, well, this is not right, like it is, I know, but it's not. But I'm on a tightrope, no you're not, but sometimes you might be. But even when you're in correct double dragon foot placement on an angle, somehow it always ends up feeling like you're tightroping. All right, one more time. And then for fun, we'll look at fist under elbow, where we'll pick up on Tuesday. And begin. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. grasp the bird's tail. Diagonal single whip. When we get to the end, hold, and then we together, we'll walk through this wackiness that is fist under elbow. Okay. So, first, shift back. Don't do anything else, just shift back. Now, move my whole body towards the door, arms and legs and everything, and set them here. Still on the back leg. Now, turn a little bit more so that I set this toes on the left down, lift the heels on the right. Now, lower the fist, so bend the right elbow, and the foot starts to come up. As this comes up, take a step, and step, and hammer this. Now, step through with the left, fist under elbow, and you end up kind of like playing guitar.
Didn't see the arms at the last.
We're gonna work on this on Tuesday. But here's here, here, here. Yep. So it's gonna feel like playing guitar, or lift hands really, but I have a fist under the elbow instead of a hand. It is
And is the fist vertical or horizontal?
vertical.
Okay.
So basically, playing guitar legs, playing guitar arms, fist underneath, but you get in it from a very different, funny way. All right? Okay. We will pick up with mostly fist under elbow on Tuesday. And yeah, good job. And well, any last questions before we go out? You guys are doing great. Super proud of you. And just remember, as a green sash, you're not expected to nail it, memorize it. And remember, as a white sash, we weren't expecting you to memorize the first section. So as a green sash, you're not expected to memorize the sequence or any of it. You're going to see it many, many, many times. So good job. Thank you.
How long have you had instructor?
Now to intermediate level students and students at home, master's path training dismissed. Good job, everybody. Good work.
Thank you, ma'am.
You guys have a good weekend.
Hope you do.
Thank you, I will.